I went on the inaugural sailing for the largest cruise ship currently at sea, Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you my honest review of this ship, my first impressions, my advice, and just a bunch of really fun vlog footage that I took on board. We're going to talk about the food, the shows, the activities on board, the perfect day that we had at Cococay, the embarkation and disembarkation process, and so much more. So stay tuned and be sure to smash that like button. Let's go. Also, full disclaimer, I was not paid to say any of this. This is not a sponsorship for this cruise. I was invited as someone who works in the travel industry. This is all my honest opinions. So yeah. So this was a really short sailing. It was a 2-night cruise sailing out of Orlando, Florida, and it made a stop at Cococay, which is the private island. More on that later. But first of all, our trip was already off to a great start because we had to take 2 flights coming out of Vancouver. There's no direct flights to Florida. And on both planes, there was no one sitting next to us. So we had an empty seat. That was really fun. Anyways, this is our ship. It's massive. So first of all, boarding the ship was a super smooth process. The process took like maybe 5 minutes. There really wasn't that much security to get through. I remember on my Disney cruise, I had to go through like 5 different people showing them the same exact document. I don't know what that was, but yeah, this was super smooth, smooth sailing. So first of all, this ship is huge. When you step on the ship, it literally feels like you're stepping into a mall or like a giant hotel in Vegas. There's also so many bars, so many activities on board. It's just a lot. So it's easy to feel overwhelmed. My first piece of advice is I highly suggest using the app, the Royal Caribbean app. There's a feature where you can kind of plan out your day using the calendar. So one thing you might be thinking is, did it feel crowded on board? And I feel like I can't honestly answer this question because I was on a private sailing and it was definitely well under the 7,000 person capacity that the ship has. So it did not feel crowded at all. But I did notice that some show venues and theaters were kind of small. Like even with our amount of people, there were lineups to get in, lineups to dine. So I can definitely see it feeling a little crowded if there were more people on board, but then again, there's just so much to do and it's such a big ship. So for accommodations, we were lucky enough to be given an ocean view balcony stateroom. Ocean facing is great because it is super quiet and feels very private. Definitely had enough space for 2 people. The shower was phenomenal. The only complaint I have really is that there's a body wash / shampoo. I wish that they had kind of separate stuff there. The beds and pillows were super comfy, which made for a good sleep. Despite the ship being super rocky at night, there's also a safe to put your valuables in. There's a nice flat screen TV. Everything just felt super new because, well, the ship is super new. And because we're on a special inaugural sailing, we have this gift. Let's see what it is. Thank y'all for sailing with us. What?
Whoa!
Cool! Oh, that's so nice. It's like a bunch of drinks. Ginger beer, it's like a little cocktail making thing. Wow, how is this gonna fit in my suitcase? That's awesome though. Okay, so the activities. These were some of the most fun activities I've ever seen on a ship. Ultimate Abyss was a pretty funny slide. I think as a kid you'd really enjoy it. It was not as scary as I thought it would be. The Waterslides were awesome. The arcade was fun, despite half of the things actually being broken, but hopefully they'll fix that. We didn't do the mini golf, but the theming was really impressive and not lame like I see on some other ships. Okay, so the food. I can't speak on any of the specialty dining restaurants because I didn't go to any, but in regards to the free dining options, there was the buffet. I'm not sure if the buffet was special for us, but there were just like lobster tails. It was so good. I was also really impressed with the breakfast buffet. I'm kind of picky when it comes to breakfast buffets because oftentimes the selection can be kind of bland, but oh my goodness, this was the best breakfast. The hash browns were super fresh, not dry, everything was so flavorful, and the Eggs Benedict was actually runny. At the main dining restaurant, we were able to try regular options, which were okay, as well as the one night they gave us premium options to try that I think cost an extra $30-ish normally, but oh my goodness, are they worth it? The filet mignon and the lobster, both were just perfection. Lastly, there's also the ice cream and pizza joints on board. We ate at the pizza place so often. It's open till like 2 a.m. every night. And then the food at Cococay, the private island. And I'll talk about Cococay next. So let me talk about our perfect day at Cococay. So Cococay is the private island owned by Royal Caribbean. And our ship was parked there from like 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. So we kind of had a half day there, and there was so much to do. First of all, the water park, which does cost extra, is super worth it, especially if you have kids sailing with you. There's a wave pool, there's a bunch of water slides. We went on the tallest water slide in North America, which was kind of terrifying. There's swim up bars, there's tons of beaches, tons of space. The island also has lockers, free to use, scattered throughout, so I thought that was really convenient to just put your stuff in. There's a bunch of casual dining options that are also free. Just a bunch of great food, tacos, cookies, fruits, you name it. Overall, the island had a really chill vibe to it. I mean, because it's a private island, you're really just there with fellow cruisers and employees of the ships. So we have to talk about the shows. I'm not kidding when I say the shows on this ship were a highlight for me, like maybe even more than the lobster. They were legitimately some of the most unique, impressive shows I've ever seen, like not just on a cruise ship, but I think ever, and that's saying a lot. There was a diving show, which was just insanely impressive. Like it took my breath away. Ice skating show, also just wow, like ice skating on a ship. And then there was the Broadway style show called The Effectors, which is like this amazing technologically advanced show. It's just so cool. I won't spoil it, but it's a must watch. In terms of nightly entertainment, there is a nightclub on board, which I actually never ended up visiting, but I did do silent disco for the first time, which was a really funny experience. And there's also a ton of bars on board. I did try out this Bionic bar, which I went to in Vegas. They have one there as well. You get to avoid talking to a human and just get a robot to serve your drink for you. I definitely recommend. So overall, my final impressions of this ship are, it's a great time. If you're looking for a more intimate sailing experience, then this is definitely not for you. But if you're looking for kind of like a fun-filled, action-packed, Vegas-style ship, that's the best way I can describe it, then this is definitely the ship for you. There really is so much to do. Like, I personally love an action-packed vacation, but I know there's other people who are kind of just there to eat and chill. But if you have kids, or if you're just looking for, a bunch of action, this ship has it all. I'm not much of a cruiser myself, but I still had a really fun time. If you made it to this part of the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and also leave a comment down below. Would you sail on this ship? Have you sailed on this ship? Have you been on a cruise before, and which one was your favorite? Leave your comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.